The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
I'm Robin Bird. I'm an ex-Navy deep-sea diver and a marine naturalist. I've spent years filming and observing sharks in the wild.
And I'm Eli Martinez. I'm an expert on shark behavior. I'm on a mission to unravel the secret world of sharks and share what I've learned with you.
We're going to challenge everything you think you know about sharks. The short-fin Mako shark is the undisputed lord of the open sea. Incredibly fast, they've been clocked at over 50 knots. They feed on fish, squid, and other sharks, and average about 7 to 8 feet in length. But there are also monster Mako sharks. Massive animals that can weigh well over half a ton. These rare super predators become specialized marine mammal killers. So how long would a diver last in the water with only a camera? At over 11 feet long and 900 pounds, this may be the largest Mako shark ever captured by an underwater film crew. And we're going to share the story of this incredibly rare experience with you. From Santa Monica Bay in Southern California, we're headed 30 to 40 miles offshore with Captain Keith Poe, one of the few men who can find the giant Mako sharks that lurk in the deep canyons far offshore. We've asked Keith to find a monster-sized Mako shark for us. No one has ever been in the water with a Mako of this size. And we're intrigued at the thought of how it might behave towards our team.
Yeah, we're just getting our chum out here, throwing it in the buckets, and we're gonna set up a free slick, a power slick, and the direction of our drift, and see if we can get it going so we don't have to wait a long time for the fish to come in.
Welcome to Monster Mako country. We're 28 miles offshore from Santa Monica, California. We're in the Southern California Bight. That is, we are right between Catalina Island and Santa Barbara Island. This area is where you find the 900-pound, 1,000-pound, 1,100, 1,200-pound gigantic monster Mako sharks. These animals are on a completely different level than a 200 or 300 or 400 or 500-pound Mako shark. They're not eating fish anymore. They're eating mammals. They're going after seals and sea lions and dolphins. And to find them, you need specialized guides, and we've got the best in the world. Keith Poe knows more about the behavior and the science of these animals than anybody we've come across.
A 200-pound Mako is basically a bony fish eater that eats small fish up to 4, 5, 10 pounds. And a 1,000-pound Mako is something that pretty much eats whatever the hell it wants. It can run anything down in the open ocean. It doesn't have to pick and choose, but it does. And when it comes to a chummed up scenario around a boat, I've noticed that if a smaller fish comes in, a Mako on the slick, and there's a bigger one there and the smaller one doesn't give way, the bigger one will grab it around the gills, around the head, and shake it very violently and throw it, sometimes up through the air.
Our first goal is to see if we can find a giant Mako shark. Believe it or not, the bigger the shark, the shyer the shark. It takes a lot of work to try to get one of these giants into the boat, and that's why we're with Keith Poe. He really knows how to do that. This is what he specializes in, and we're hoping that he's going to be able to find one for us. The second goal is to see if we can get in the water with this animal and see if it'll allow us to get in the water with this animal. This shark is considered undivable. They are very big, they're considered extremely dangerous and very unpredictable. So we have no idea how the shark is going to react once we get in the water.
I gotta time this right. I don't want her at the back of the boat when I slide in.
Will it come at us? Will it take off running? That's what I want to find out.
So let's talk about the Mako shark's personality. You know, it's easy to look at an animal like this and say, well, its brain mass compared to its gigantic body is pretty darn small. And think to yourself, well, it must be like a machine, like something that's on autopilot. It must be acting on instincts. Well, let me tell you, Mako sharks are highly intelligent and they do surprising things. Many fishermen have told me that they have caught them and had them run away from the boat. The line goes slack. All of a sudden, the Mako runs straight up to the boat, sticks its head up out of the water, and looks at the people in the boat. That doesn't sound like a dumb animal to me. And both Eli and I have spent quite a bit of time in the water with Mako sharks, not this size, the 200, 300, 400, 500 pound class. And they're generally well behaved, but they have individual personalities too, and we're going to be looking for that. Our challenge is going to be gauging the temperament of the monster Mako that comes to the boat. Is it an animal that is scarred all over its head because it's been eating seals and sea lions and it's ramming into the boat and grabbing the back of the boat and shaking it? We might not want to get in the water with that animal. Or is it an 800 or 900 pound Mako that cruises up to the boat, seems calm, cruises around the boat, we keep it interested with some chum? That's when we're thinking we're going to feel comfortable enough to slip into the water with this massive shark. And that's going to be our challenge, is gauging the temperament of the sharks that come to the boat.
30 miles offshore from Santa Monica, California, we're on the hunt for a monster-sized Mako shark. No one has ever jumped in with one of these giants, so not much is known about their temperament. Eli and I have a feeling we can safely pull it off. It's now up to our guide, Keith Poe, to bring a monster Mako to the boat to prove our hunch correct.
That bucket's running out. We need to get another box out. Fill up the chum bucket again, keep it going nice and consistent.
Well, we've been out here chumming now for about 3 or 4 hours. We're drifting with the wind and the currents, and we've got 5 miles of chum slick behind us. We haven't seen a single Mako shark yet, or any shark for that matter, but that's kind of what we were anticipating. In a couple of hours, as the sun gets low in the sky, the Mako sharks, especially these big monster Makos, will come up to the surface, and that's when they'll begin to hunt. And that's when we think we'll have one come up close to the boat. So, right now it's just patience as we wait for the witching hour.
Mako sharks are considered the fastest sharks in the ocean. They've been clocked at speeds of 40 to 50 knots, which is an incredible speed for underwater. These are special sharks. Of the 400 different kinds of sharks that are out there in the world, Mako sharks have the ability to warm up their brain and their eyes, which allows them to travel into colder water and be able to think and hunt and catch prey in those extreme conditions.
So Keith, when it comes to monster Makos, you probably know more about their behavior than anybody. So in the Southern California Bight, where we're at right now, between Catalina and Santa Barbara Island, do these big, huge monster Makos, do they just stay right here, or are they traveling from island to island and maybe they have areas that they go to specifically and they know about?
Well, from what I've seen on one of the big ones that I tagged that was between, I believe, 12 and 1,500 pounds, and she had a lot of scars on her, which seemed to indicate that she was eating marine mammals like seals and such. And there were actually puncture holes through her cuttle just ahead of her tail from where seals had bitten her, and tears around her eyes where they'd bitten her. But she seems to be just circling the Channel Islands here and going to all the seal hotspots, and she seems to know exactly where they're at, and she just keeps making her rounds. She never stops.
Well, the sun's going down and we still don't have a shark yet, but so we're either going to get in the water with them at sunset, or it's going to be 8 o'clock or 12 midnight. Don't really know, but we're not leaving here until we get in the water with a monster Mako.
In 1998, a guy brought in a 740-pound Mako, and it had 5 blue sharks in it. And they were all 3 to 5 foot, and it had their heads bitten off. We videotaped the necropsy on it. And another time we saw a Mako that was just over 600 pounds that had a dolphin in it. And another time I saw one that was 402 pounds, a male, that had a marlin in it off Santa Monica Bay. And I've seen a 998-pound one that is actually the current state record, which I beat, I don't know, 50 times this year. It had 3 seals in it and a bird in it. And I seen a 1323.5 that was caught in 2013. It had a 200-pound sea lion in it, so 200-pound meal is nothing.
The sun is sinking low in the sky. It's now the witching hour, when giant Mako sharks rise up from deep water.
Look at this! Oh my gosh, look at this Mako shark! Oh my God, that's a big shark.
I told you, brother.
Man,
They're growing big out west. Here
you're
she
sure
is, there
about
she is.
this, Eli?
This is a very, very strong fish, not something you want to play with.
All right, it's time to calm down. This is a dangerous situation. We've got a 1,000-pound Mako in the water that's here because it thinks it's got something to eat.
There she is.
And here we are.
Here, right at them.
Here we are, going right at the divers now. She's cruising over to the divers. She's over there saying hello.
He appears
All
to
right,
be.
well,
He's saying something over there.
I gotta time this right. I don't want her at the back of the boat when I slide in.
She'll attack you.
Yeah, I don't want, yeah, thanks.
I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious.
Look at this.
Where's she at?
She's right here. She just rushed over. Here she is, right here. I think I can
Here
get
she
in.
is. Here she is. There she is. Look at this. Look at this.
Okay, can I get in?
Go. Coming around the bow. Coming around the bow.
She comes straight over to say hello, and we settle in for an incredible 1-hour exchange with this amazing super predator of the open sea. Laying down a chum slick for hours has produced a fantastic Mako shark.
Look at this! Oh my gosh, look at this Mako shark!
A female over 11 feet long and at least 900 pounds. This is a very dangerous situation, and we're not fooling ourselves.
Let me know if you see it.
Huge, fast, and powerful. Make no mistake, this is an encounter with the true master of the open sea.
Mako does what it wants, where it wants, when it wants. It's not like a great white that has to ambush stuff. It takes them out in open water, any place, anywhere, anytime. Runs anything down. The ultimate predator, Mako.
She is a beautiful fish, man.
A bigger one could show up anytime, and there could be some just smaller staying away right now because she's here.
We're keeping an eye out for everything, man. This is lion country.
If you see her take off, watch your ass.
The idea of something bigger than this giant Mako suddenly showing up is all too real. Keith recently tagged a female. He estimated to be 1,500 pounds. We have to be constantly aware of our surroundings. But each time this massive female Mako glides by my camera, I have to catch my breath at how large this animal actually is. She's curious about everything, constantly circling the boat and then slowly gliding by each of our divers, carefully assessing the situation. But we can only guess what's really on her mind. She seems completely unafraid of us, and yet not sure exactly what to make of us. But as we get too comfortable, she reminds us that she's a giant Mako shark and to show some respect. Eli offers the Mako a skipjack tuna. The Mako is totally unimpressed, but does seem interested in my camera.
Now it's funny, she's got hank bait, she's got tuna, she ain't taking anything, she's not eating anything.
She's probably full and just hanging out at Disneyland, and she's full. When she gets hungry, she's got plenty to eat here.
Eli and I are both astonished at how easygoing this shark is. She does not seem to be in predation mode, even though the chum slick brought her to the boat. It's obvious that all of this is fascinating to her, but we absolutely have to keep our guard up until we are all safely back on the boat. "35 miles offshore from Santa Monica, California. We're in the water with a giant Mako shark over 11 feet long and at least 900 pounds.
She's just hanging out forever. She thinks she's at Disneyland. She's just like, okay, you guys stay right here. When I get hungry, then I'll have one of you for dinner.
So far, this massive super predator has been calmly swimming a pattern around the boat and then back to each of the divers. You can sense how curious and intelligent this shark is. She seems very interested in my camera. But we have so many questions. This shark seems to have a very calm and relaxed personality. We're projecting a sense of calm towards her, and this must be part of the equation. But this is really astonishing behavior for a giant Mako shark. This has been like a waking dream state. To swim with this noble blue water savage will burn forever in our minds.
I got your back with this pole. I love it!
We just pulled off a first. Nobody has ever intentionally gotten in the water with a 1,000-pound Mako shark and filmed it. And I tell you, we saw so many sides of that shark. And you noticed that her personality changed that last 10 minutes right before we got out. She started doing things a little bit differently. She was diving down deep, disappearing, and then coming up behind us. At first, for a long time, she would circle the boat and then come right back to us on the surface. And really sweet personality overall.
Very, very sweet shark. I mean, this is an 11-foot Mako shark. I mean, its personality, it showed a little bit of what I thought it was going to show, which was, you know, I mean, a Mako being a Mako, which is, you know, they're a very aggressive shark.
Yeah.
And there were moments where she shared that, and she showed us.
Yeah.
But we were very calm with her. She responded in kind, and she was just a complete sweetheart, man. She let me swim with her for a little while. It was incredible. I mean, it was my best time with a Mako ever.
And you know, when you are that close to an animal that lives out here in the open ocean, and it's that big, and it's that dangerous, and it hunts mammals, that thing is a seal killer. She's right behind us. Yeah, here she is right here. She's listening. She's listening. I'm getting it right. I'm getting it right. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, baby. But anyway.
She's hungry, guys.
She's hungry. But anyway, when you look in her eye, you sense that. She's from another world. And she knows we're from another world. But, you know, it's amazing how curious she is.
She, you know what, she came up, she was really gentle. There was a few times where she just came up, she really wanted to know what we are. I carried around a tuna carcass trying to see if she would be interested in eating it. She had no interest
at all.
And
I told them it was like a beggar in the street with a piece of bologna he found on the sidewalk, handing it to a king or something, or a princess, you know? It's like she wanted nothing to do with anything we had to offer. Yeah. She's right here behind us, by the way. She's literally right here behind us. But anyway, we spent an hour in the water with a 1,000-pound Mako. Everybody's okay. Nobody got hurt, except for one lens port and the front of my camera, which was, this guy was bitten multiple times. She grabbed it and basically she just wanted to see what it was. There wasn't any really aggression at all. She was actually just using her mouth to explore it. And luckily she wasn't using her mouth to explore me. But man, I tell you what, I'm about as on fire and full of life as I have ever been in my entire life.
It's the best job I ever had.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Okay. I feel so alive right now. The adrenaline coursing through my veins, the feeling of life that I have, the love for this ocean is overwhelming. To get in the water with a 1,000-pound Mako shark for over an hour, what an experience. And to our knowledge, nobody has ever done that before. We believe we're actually the first to intentionally get in the water with a 1,000-pound Mako shark and film it. But we're so glad that you were here with us and you could see the different behaviors exhibited by this shark. And we'll see you next week on Blue Water Savages.